So about 2 months ago, you appeared in front of this committee for your nomination hearing, and you refused to answer basic factual questions. I assume because you were afraid of contradicting President Trump. Your answers during the hearing were so troubling that this committee had a party line vote for Fed chair for the first time ever in our history. You were confirmed by the Senate in the tightest vote for a Fed chair in U.S. history. So you now face an uphill battle to show that you have the independence needed to run America's central bank and to serve American families and not just President Trump and his billionaire friends. Now, President Trump's corruption and failed economic agenda is raising costs across the board. Inflation has kept real wages from growing for the third consecutive month. That means in the Trump economy, families are falling behind with less to spend every day that goes by. High interest rates are making mortgages, auto loans, and credit cards more expensive. More and more people are falling behind on their bills. 95% of Americans believe that the U.S. is suffering an affordability crisis, while President Trump continues to call affordability a hoax, telling Americans their concerns about the cost of living are made up. Lower interest rates would provide some relief to families, but the Fed hasn't lowered interest rates and may be forced to raise rates even more, all because of one man, President Trump.
In this explosive Senate hearing, a senator confronts Fed Chair nominee Mr. Warsh over questions of independence, inflation, interest rates, and the growing battle for control of the Federal Reserve. The senator argues that Warsh enters the job under extraordinary scrutiny after a controversial confirmation vote and raises serious concerns about whether the Federal Reserve will serve American families or the political interests of the White House. The exchange quickly moves beyond interest rates. It becomes a debate over presidential influence, economic independence, cryptocurrency, banking regulation, and the enormous power concentrated inside the Federal Reserve. Let's unfold what happened as everything got heated.
People might look at that and conclude that you don't want to tell the truth about inflation under Trump. Trump may have you in his pocket, but he will not stop until he controls the Fed. And he just needs one more seat to do that. And that's why he has had his Department of Justice open bogus criminal investigations into both Governor Lisa Cook and former Chair Jerome Powell. And that is why he illegally tried to fire Fed Governor Cook. His own Supreme Court recently blocked the firing, at least for now, but Trump has vowed to try again to fire Governor Cook. The fight for control is a fight over interest rates, but it is also about corruption. President Trump likes to play king, and the Fed offers many appealing opportunities for the president to enrich himself while he fleeces the American people. Start with crypto. Trump's family crypto company is World Liberty Financial, the centerpiece of the crypto enterprise that let him rake in $1.4 billion in 2025 alone. Now it is currently applying for a bank charter. After that charter is granted by Trump's own bank regulator, World Liberty could seek special privileges from the Federal Reserve to juice its own profits, like a master account that would give Trump's own company direct access to the Fed's core payment rails. And there's more. If he can control the Fed, Trump could threaten to revoke banks' access to Fed services if they refuse to do his bidding. He could hijack the Fed's extraordinary powers to bail out financial markets, making sure that he rewards his friends and punishes his enemies in a crisis. And you better bet that Trump will turbocharge the Wall Street deregulation that is already underway, juicing megabank profits and CEO bonuses, knowing that American taxpayers will be on the hook once again if there's another devastating financial crash. Congress and the American people will be watching closely whether you serve the public or whether you become yet another instrument of Donald Trump's corruption. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Don't forget to like, comment, and hit the subscribers button for more political and controversial showdowns.